pero un gran aplauso, por favor, para los tenderos.
Thank you.
Bueno, tengo un pequeño anuncio. Si alguien perdió un arete, me lo acaban de dar, entonces aquí lo tengo. Pueden acercarse conmigo y les daré su arete. Ah, ya salió. Ok, ahora se lo llevo. Bueno, ahora sí quiero darle la bienvenida al escenario a Homely, la siguiente startup. ¿Tienes presentación? Aquí está.
Ya. Should I start? ¿Empiezo ya? Sí, I guess. Hi everyone, my name is Melina and I'm the co-founder of Homely. In Mexico, there are more than 4 million people that work as domestic or contractor cleaners. They are basically facing low incomes, lack of opportunities, and sometimes humiliation and discrimination, just like my grandma did a few years ago. And despite there are more than 5 million homes, apartments, and SMBs that are actively searching to hire a cleaning service every month, it's still a pain to find a trusted cleaner. And that is why we created Homely, a tool to match cleaners, trusted cleaners, with any type of user. But in reality, why we decided to create this, it's because we do believe in social change. That's why our cleaners, or keepers as we call them in Homely, can earn up to 5 times more compared to the minimum wage. They all have medical coverage, plus we handle their taxes and financial reporting. And every keeper has a bank account. This is particularly important in an economy like Mexico, where 63% of the people live in the informal economy. And you know what? There's 20 million people in Latam that work as cleaners. And it's pretty funny that it took people one pandemic to realize about the importance of these workers. The cleaning industry worth over $99 billion. It keeps growing year after year. In Latam, we have a market of more than $15 billion. And just in Mexico, where we have been validating our business, there's a market of household and contracting cleaning services of more than $3 billion. We have a hybrid model where we operate both for businesses and consumers. On the B2C side, we go from on-demand services where you can have a cleaner at your door within 2 hours, up to a subscription model where you will pay a renewable fee that will allow you to have certain number of services according to your needs. As for the businesses, we do tailor-made deals. This means through flexibility, we can handle the needs of the companies that are hiring us, and we also do supplies for cleaning products. To operate this, we also have an internal hybrid model to manage cleaners, so keepers can join either as full-time employees or as independent contractors. But we have created the most powerful and frictionless way to provide social security for cleaners as contractors. This means that users pay a flat rate, and then that way all the keepers can have social security. With this, we became the first company in Mexico in the gig economy that is providing benefits to their contractors. As for the companies we work with, the best clients we have are on the PropTech or property management industry. Companies that need the apartments they are handling for short or long-term rentals to get cleaned every week. We also have larger enterprises that leverage on our technology and flexibility to have cleaning services in different cities. And finally, we have startups and NGOs that are conscious consumers that are willing to pay some extra in order to cleaners to have more income. We started in 2016, and nowadays we have a company that operates in 9 cities. We're going to be launching 10 more by the end of the year, and has generated more than $1.8 million in revenue with more than 100,000 cleaners. 11% of them are full-time employees of the company. We have an MRR of more than 80,000, and we provide around 30,000 hours of services every single month. 85% of our business currently is worth of businesses. And we had revenue since month 3. We have been growing an average year over year of more than 300%. And basically, we're the best cleaning solution in the market because through technology, we make the whole process easier, faster, and safer. You can book a service in 47 seconds. You can have a cleaner at your door within 2 hours. And finally, all the cleaners are selected through our self-developed algorithm that has a confidence rate of 99.99%. And some extra fun happened this year. We just acquired our largest competitor. And with that, we became the largest player in Mexico that is matching cleaning services and improving lives. So with over 100 people connected through our platforms and matching more than 30,000 hours of services, we're actually changing the reality for these people. But you know what? It's still not good enough for us. So that's why we want to evolve. As for the B2C, we aim to become a SaaS company that will allow cleaners from all over Latin America to find stable jobs, and for consumers that are hiring their cleaning services to have a tech-enabled solution that will allow them to pay for the legal rights for the cleaners, and Homely will keep operating the businesses. Why? Well, because in Mexico, 80% of the companies that do cleaning are on the informal economy, and it's a market of more than $1.2 billion. One of the main factors of a company deciding to go with a service provider is the technology implemented in the company, so we're basically champions on that. My management team has more than 30 years of experience delivering marketplaces, and right now we are raising a seed round of 1.5 in order to grow the business side, also to do the geographical expansion of the SaaS service, in order to be able to understand the regulations in all over LATAM, to be able to provide a life-changing tool for cleaners in all over Latin America. So if you want to join us, please come find us, and we'll be happy to answer any questions you have.
So my mother cleans houses in the United States, like a lot of my aunts and cousins do that come from Mexico. So I was curious on a couple of things. One, what percentage of their like per house that they clean would you collect from them, or what's like the amount that they actually keep in their pocket, the actual person that's doing the service? And then two, this is a huge opportunity, obviously, in the U.S. because so many people from Mexico go over there and do that type of work. Um, are you planning to expand to the U.S.? Is like what's the first international market that you're looking to get into? And if it's the U.S., I think a big challenge with that would be a lot of the people that do that in the U.S. do it, and they don't have like they're not citizens. And so how would you get around that if the U.S. is a market?
Correct. As for the take rate, we have a 30%, an average of 30% take rate per hour of the service they are providing. Still, since we're charging per hour, the cleaners by the end of the month are earning even 5 times more compared to the minimum wage. As for the cleaners we have as full-time keepers, they start earning 30% above the minimum wage, and then from then on, they can start having more incomes. Talking about the expansion, the first market we want to be addressing is with the tool LATAM, because you know we have a lot of related and common things in the market, and also regulation. It's way much easier to understand and to implement in the SaaS. As for businesses, the States, of course, it's a huge market, and it's something we actually been thinking about several months ago, because especially companies that we have as customers that are doing the Airbnb handling, like Sonder, for example, it's huge in the States, right? So the main challenge actually to going into the States is to understand and implement the regulation, because for us it's pretty important to actually be providing benefits to cleaners.
I have a really good presentation.
Thank you.
One question I had is around leakage off the marketplace. So, you know, if one of your cleaners gets paired up with a home or an office, they get along really well, they love each other. You have to obviously offer enough value to incentivize the cleaner to stay on the platform versus just working something out directly.
Correct. Yeah, and that's something like the main reason why we decided to evolve on the B2C market, because we realized as for final consumers that disintermediation was huge and the churn rates were affecting the business a lot. So it's easier to just give them a tool where they can be connected, and that's it, with our knowledge in the middle. As for businesses, it's a little bit harder because you have like starting from the point where you have a contract with the company that you are providing service. And the second thing is companies that hire us or hire cleaner through us is because they don't want to have this legal relationship with the cleaner, right? And we do want that relationship with the cleaner. So that's also something that benefits the cleaner. As I was telling you, sadly, the cleaning industry in Mexico, it's pretty shitty. So they are not providing like the minimum wage for cleaners. They are not providing benefits. And that's part of the regulation actually that the country just implemented in order to avoid companies doing those bad practices.
I have a comment and a quick question. The question is, you're obviously crushing it, so why would you want to get messy VCs like us involved? And in terms of that, why it seems like your traction is such that you could probably hold off to a Series A and raise even more money for expansion. So just curious what you're looking for or how you're thinking of spending the seed. And then different question is, are you partnered with commercial insurance? So if they go into the house and, you know, or the property and they damage something, is that covered by you, or is it something the gig worker is covered
Okay,
for?
perfect. I'll start with the last one. Yeah, we do actually have a liability insurance. It covers up to 3 million pesos, so 150K of any damage that is made or performed because of the cleaning action. As for the first question, why? I think now we're from the past, we've never had like these formal investments. We had a VC just joining in the last round, and we've seen the potential of having institutional money into the company. And of course, we want the smart money, as we were talking prior, right? So it's not just a matter of having random money pouring into the company, but actually having like a partner that is going to be helping us to grow the business side, especially the commercial side, because that's something we're still like managing on to master. So that's the main reason of why doing
Lo
so.
siento, time's up
Okay.
de tu feedback time, pero puedes, después de que terminemos toda la sesión, platicar con todos los que están aquí.
Perfecto.
Muchas gracias.
Gracias.